Hello, bookworms and word enthusiasts. I'm Alex, and with me is my fantastic co-host, Ben.
And I'm Ben, ready to dive into the most pivotal moment of the one and only Ivan. We're covering the chapters Puzzle Pieces, Finally, The Next Morning, Mad Human, and Phone Call.
This is where the mystery unravels and the action explodes. Let's get straight to the powerful language in these chapters.
Let's start with the imagery in Puzzle Pieces. Ivan describes the scene beautifully. My pictures are scattered all over the floor like huge autumn leaves.
I love that simile. And the second sentence is the moment of realization for Julia. That's an H, Dad. Julia kneels down, straightening one picture, then another.
For vocabulary, let's learn disarray, noun. Its English definition is a state of disorganization or untidiness.
You use disarray to describe a messy or chaotic situation. For example, she stares at her feet, where my pictures lie in disarray.
The second word is retrieve, verb. Its English definition is to get or bring something back.
You use retrieve when you go get something you left or dropped. For example, he reaches under a chair to retrieve a brown and red picture. In Finally, the stakes get high. George is scared, but Julia stands her ground. She says, "We can't take it down, Dad. It's a protest."
That is such a strong word for a kid to use, and George tries to lighten the mood with sarcasm. I'm sure he's another Rembrandt, George says.
For vocabulary, let's learn protest, noun. Its English definition is a statement or action expressing disapproval of or objection to something.
You use protest when you're fighting against a rule or unfair situation. For example, it's a protest.
The second word is freeze, verb. Its English definition is to become suddenly motionless or paralyzed with fear or shock.
Use freeze to describe stopping completely still. For example, Julia starts to answer, but then she freezes.
Now, the moment of truth. Mac arrives. Ivan sets the scene. Mac arrives in his white convertible.
And his reaction to the sign is pure shock. He stops, he stares, his mouth falls open.
For vocabulary, let's learn convertible, noun. Its English definition is a car with a roof that can be folded down or removed.
You use convertible to describe a specific type of car, often associated with showing off. For example, Mac arrives in his white convertible.
The second word is stare, verb. Its English definition is to look fixedly or vacantly at someone or something with your eyes wide open.
You use stare when you look at something for a long time without blinking, usually because you are surprised. For example, he stares.
This chapter is short but intense. Ivan compares his anger to Mac's. A mad gorilla is loud, but a mad human can be loud too.
And Mac goes on a rampage, especially when he's throwing chairs and turning over tables and breaking the cotton candy machine.
For vocabulary, let's learn machine, noun. Its English definition is an apparatus using or applying mechanical power and having several parts.
You use machine to describe a device that does work. For example, breaking the cotton candy machine.
The second word is loud, adjective. Its English definition is producing much noise, easily audible.
You use loud to describe a strong sound. For example, a mad gorilla is loud.
And finally, the twist. Mac is in the middle of his tantrum. Mac is kicking a trash can across the food court when the phone rings. And then the lie that changes everything. Yeah, absolutely. It was my idea.
For vocabulary, let's learn suspiciously, adverb. Its English definition is with a cautious distrust of someone or something.
You use suspiciously when you don't trust what is happening. For example, Mac comes closer to my cage, eyeing me suspiciously.
The second word is overturned, adjective. Its English definition is turned over, upside down.
You use overturned to describe something that has been tipped over. For example, Mac picks up the overturned trash can.
Wow, Ivan's world is about to get a lot bigger.
It certainly is. Happy reading, everyone!